on a thirsty Thursday, Jupiter Day, a day of expansion and love, growth, and all that goodness. I am your hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix, your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, messenger of God, child of God, evangelist, North American Sybil, the Lilith reincarnated, on a Thursday. Hey, Nana Banana. Nana. What's up, new people? We have a couple new people. We lost one, gained two, this, that, and the other. In order for me to keep, or for you guys to keep up with me, you would have had to catch the very intense readings we did yesterday. God really worked me. He worked me like I had a job, bro. Like, for real. I'm like, not today, God. Let's just be quiet. Just be quiet. Just shh, shh, shh. And so I came up here, I was like, I knew I was going to have to do a reading, I just didn't know what. And then I got up the elevator and they're like, oh, let's talk about spirits and gods and stuff. I was like, oh yeah. There's so much still on my altar. I still have the cards so that we can pick up where we left off yesterday. I have the book that we were talking about yesterday. I have all of my... breathe. Everybody, let's shake off yesterday. Today is today. Let's have a great day. I'm like, let's not talk about yesterday. I'm just breathing. There was so much we talked about yesterday. Let's just try to pick up today. What are we going to learn today, Phoenix? Today we're talking about spirit guides and God and Goddess and the pantheons and shit. Talking about the invisible, and then I might teach you about some psychic shit too. I run a whole Hogwarts station over here. I'm a full spiritual healer and teacher, shaman and seer, oracle and lightworker. I'm all that great shit, but I'm really just the goddess reincarnated. And, you know, in other lives, I had a whole army and, you know, people that I just gave the message to, and they made sure the message was passed out properly and that everybody, you know what I mean, knew what the message was from God. There's a lot more to it in this technological era and all of the, and seeing how all the messages are hidden for me to go get all this stuff, and it's just a lot of work. Going into it, for the new people, I teach the awakening. God's awakening you. There's a divine feminine awakening happen right now, which is your heart is waking up. And what I teach you is the mastery of your emotions, which is your feelings, and your mind, which is your thoughts and your memories. That journey right there, that whole journey is called the ascension journey. It's called the dark night of the soul. During the awakening, everything dark and gloomy that you've hidden from yourself and others comes to the surface, and I'm there to catch you while you're like going through these really dark times. When you go through these healings, you transform. They call it a death, transformation, and rebirth. You die to the old self and you're reborn. Your new self is a spiritual self with a lot of mystical abilities. You turn into a mutant. You literally become a magical act. What it's called is you restore, you know what I mean, your spiritual gifts. They're restored to you when you're not working through your mind and you're working through your spirit. You need your spiritual gifts to be spiritual, and they start to awaken so that they can, you know what I mean, you can be guided by your own spirit. You know, so I teach you all of that. Right now, yesterday we talked about so much shit. I started to teach you the tarot cards and how to look at your journey through that book. I teach you how, you know, all these ascending masters, they're just cards. I can't put I'm a traveling circus, so I can't carry pictures and actual statues and shit like that. I have a bunch of tiny figurines. I'm a whole mobile healing center. I'm a whole Hogwarts center. I teach all kinds of things. There's not a syllabus to it. As we go with the flow, and I teach you every day what you need to know. But I have all kinds of teachings for all different things. Right now we're in the in-between, so we're going to fill up with some light, but tomorrow's when the fight starts. On a Friday, we face our shadows, which is darkness boils to the surface, and we have to face it and change our ways, heal it and change our ways, and be a new person by Monday. This is that great pause right before, where the sun comes out before the storm. So, this is what you need to know before you go into this weekend's storm. You need to know, and it's like, this, what it was is, this is what was planned. So, I am goddess, and then there's God. And then there was lots of forms of God in man form. And then there was me in many, not too many, female forms. We died off during the 1700s with the movement of Christianity. It's not a war or anything. It was meant to be. He's the Savior. You know what I mean? You couldn't be saved through our teachings. Our teachings weren't going to get you the right way. He changed time and made a new way for you to go. And all time, all the gods, all the pantheons, all existence, he just wants to be here. I'm just going to let him be here. His card keeps falling. That's Lord Krishna. In all of the pantheons, we all followed God's, blueprint. He changed the print. He changed everything with Jesus. And so then that was just kind of how it happened. It was meant to be. It was always meant to be that Jesus would be, bring all religions as one. And that's where I can show you the dead religions that Jesus was there too, and that all of them already knew, and it was always, we worked in alignment, not against each other, as you guys do here, and it's to bring you guys to the one. Alright, so as the triple goddess, I'm always known as the triple goddess. The mother, the maiden, and the crone. At any time you're going to catch me being a whole-ass child, a whole-ass mother, or a whole-ass fucking, witch and granny. Very wise and old and blah, 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 blah. There's those three aspects. Why? Because that's what your femininity is. Your masculinity can take many forms, but your femininity goes through these three stages: the maiden, the mother, and the crone, right? Now, within that, anytime you look into any of my previous lives, so you look in Hecate, it's the triple goddess. You look into Morgan, the triple goddess. All of us are considered meaning it wasn't identifiable as one goddess. There was more going on in this woman. There was aspects to her that were very identifiable as complete different aspects. That's why they call it the triple aspects of her. I come and show you there's far more, because all of them are here inside of me. But typically, the goddess is made with her triple aspects. She's very youthful. She's very exciting. She's very vibrant, and and all of that. As the mother, she's very nurturing. She's very caring. She's very compassionate, right? As the crone, she's very wise. She's very understanding. She's very knowledgeable, right? These are the stages of a woman, and all of her stages are already put inside of her, and she can act out in any of those stages at any time. Okay, now, and each man and woman is a goddess and a god. Okay? There's an equal part of femininity. You have an equal part of feelings with an equal part of logic, an equal part of action. Right? It's your mind versus your heart. Your mind is your masculine. You go with what your mind, what you create out of your mind. What your mind says, you go with. Right? It all happens within your mind. The heart's usually, in this state of being, is turned off. You don't listen to your heart, you listen to your mind. So you work through your divine masculine. The divine feminine is your feelings are awakening. And it goes against the programming of your mind. And that's the fight. The battle of good and evil is between your mind and your heart. Your heart is limitless and wants adventure and wants freedom. It's that maiden. It wants to nurture. It wants to love. It's wise. It's vibrant. It's a hot girl summer kind of, it's all of that inside of there. That's your feelings. But they've been repressed with dark feelings. You've put on a lot of dark experiences, and you've gotten hardened by your experiences. So like you hate things, you dislike things, you're very cold about things. That's what we call our dark goddess. That would be me. Hi, Lilith. My first incarnation, I went dark. And I continued in all of those. So all my dark aspects are here to work with you in your dark aspects. to get you through the dark aspects to get into your lighter aspects. When you're in that place, you're a Kanye or you're a Shekinah, the female Ashira, you're a Mother Mary, you're a mother, all those mothers were those mothers. I don't think there's ever a story, we can look it up, I could be wrong, but I don't know if there's any stories of nuns gone bad, where there was a bad nun. You know what I mean? A woman that served God that was bad, that was doing bad things to these people. I don't know if there's a story. If there is, damn, that's one hell of a story to be told. But in the essence, I don't know. In the sense, we're just finding out that, there was women raping boys. So, going back to this, I'm here to explain, in this particular chapter, chapter 9 of the Wicca, what is this called? The Complete Craft by DJ Conway. We're going to talk about the triple goddess and God. That there's no division, but that the division is created in man when you turned off your feelings. Right? God walks you through your actions. Goddess walks you through your feelings. You turned off your feelings, so you had no need for the goddess. But now the divine feminine is happening within you. God has turned on your feelings, regardless to how much you want to turn them off. God is turning them on, and you need someone to guide you through them. Hello, hi. I am the goddess. What does that mean? All of you are God and goddess. You have both of me and God in you. Why do you put yourself next to God? Because I was his first creation of himself in a female form. I was created before Eve. Eve was created of Adam. You must know the stories to know who I am. But that's just that story. I go way back in time. I've always been his first creation of himself in a female form. On all planets, on all existence, in all time, in all space. I'm the archetype of him in a female. And there's more to that aspect. There's far more to that aspect. Jesus Christ, Ascending Master Jesus Christ, harnessed the divine feminine. See that big ass heart blowing up through right there? He harnessed God and Goddess within him. He was God and Goddess. He had God and Goddess within him. He walked within his heart space. Do you understand how this works? You're not walking in your godliness because you've denied your heart. Without your heart, you don't walk in compassion, understanding, forgiveness, or kindness. It's impossible. You deny people your kindness, forgiveness, understanding, love, and compassion. Why? Because you deny it to yourself. You haven't forgiven yourself. It's a long, fat, fucked up journey. Let's just start with the whole relationship of what's the outside of God and Goddess, the creation, but what's inside. As I read these words, I want you to understand there's feminine energy with names and spaces. As much as Jesus lives within you, and Buddha lives within you, and Pac lives within you, I live within you. I live within your heart. The female aspect. You must know the names of your aspects, of the gods that live within you, the universe that you're made up of. People have practiced goddess worship. I'm just going to go ahead and put my face up on the place. And then here's one of my better versions. I kind of took away Krishna. That was kind of rude, wasn't it? I love him. In the sense of we're all, you know what I mean? It's not a part. It's not a part. It's not a part. We play our part. Nobody more favored, nobody high. No. You know what I mean? Can you see their faces? We're a family. We're all come together in God. And that's what it is. In Jesus, all comes together. All can come together in Jesus. People have practiced goddess and worship since they first started seeking their spiritual path. Goddess worship dates back 20,000 to 30,000 years to Pantheistic times, according to the wall paintings and sculptures. The god, or male companion of goddess, was also portrayed, but in lesser role, as shown by the smaller size in the incomplete figures. Very earliest creation myths bear out. They speak of goddess creating the universe and everything that inhabits the universe. After the goddess, and that's what they refer to this planet as. It doesn't have a male name. It's Gaia. It's Mother Earth. You were created of the dust of the earth, of Mother Earth. as a steward, as the father, to take care of the earth and all of its creatures. How could you do so without your heart? Without your mothering instincts? How could you take care of Mother Earth and all of its creatures? That explains why Krishna's over there loving on the cows. Explains it all. Alright. After the goddess was relegated to a minor role in religion, many of her traits were transferred to male deities, particularly her triple aspect. For example, the Trinity can be found in Hindu triad, there we go, with Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. That's interesting because I have Krishna, Vishnu, and Buddha as my triple aspect from them. Interesting. Now, who's my other three? Jesus, Metatron, and Melchizedek. Alright, who's my Trinity from before? Well, my whole fucking family. Isis, Osiris, and Horus. And then Skemet's over there right now. Now, in my physical world, this would be the triple aspects of myself. The maiden, you know what I mean? That would be Miss Marilyn Monroe, my sister, myself, and then Mother Mary or Mother Cabrini. I always say Mother Mary. She's a cop and pasty. There's literally, she lives within her. That's what was the spirit. She was the spirit of all mothers before her. They all carried the same spirit. A reincarnation, if you will, but no, individualization in the sense of the wholeness. There's me and all of them and much more within me. Knowing that you are a part, that God made the universe, and then He made you, and the universe lies within you, and all of their spirits lie within you too. Completely accessible. We'll get into that. But anyways, where'd we go? Where were we talking about? Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, and the Holy Trinity of Christianity. The goddess has been worshipped as a triple deity, the maiden, the mother, and the crone. And so, okay, here's this really interesting story. Here's a little story I got to... Okay, thanks, guys. We got DJs and all kinds of stuff in the dead world, in the spirit world. That would be the Beastie Boys, if you didn't know. Who inspired them? The spirit world. They just the ones that they can't take credit for this shit. They always do, though. Going back to it. Jeez, hold on. When I went to Mother Cabrini's shrine, there's a picture. Okay, I call it the ring. There's a statue of her. There's a picture. I've shared this picture. I'll share it in my community page later. There's a picture of Jesus on his knees. There's a picture of Mother Mary on her knees. There's angels and candles and all of this. When I step in that room, I told everyone, I always get the sense that they're praying to me. Not for me, to me. I found that out later why I understood that. Because we were part of a family. I said that. She brought me back home to the family. And that's what Mother Cabrini stood for, the orphan children. Know the history. They still live. She's still all about that life, bro. They're still in life. They still live. The spirit lives on. They're just not in the human form. I'm trying, in this teaching, I'm going to teach you how to identify them live and well, and hear them and see them within yourself and within others. The triple goddess was worshipped as the triple deity, maiden, mother, and crone. Dark mother, wise woman, and hag. And that's me. You see me as dark, wise, and the hag. From the beginning of religion, which this morning I was thinking about Khalik. I was like, get on my face, Khalik. It's endurance. That's Kobe. It's just saying the name, bro. You can't even say that name, bro. What is it? It's the fucking Winter Witch, bro. And the weather switch, too. She's coming in. One last time. One more time before the maiden. Before we can spring into action. Yep. She's going to throw her rocks at us one more time. Sticks and stones. You must know the stories. Alright, anyways. Go scroll through and you'll see the Khalik. Somewhere in my teachings. What is it? Kobe in a female form? The priest of Babylon. Let's see. What is this? From the beginning of religion, the number 3 and the multiples of 3 are sacred in many cultures. Why is that? Go back to my teaching last night and look at my magician card. Oh, you don't have to. It's right here. 3. The 3 points. Okay, again, I don't remember. I think this is air, water, earth, and fire. I don't know. That's probably wrong. But they're the 3 points. You take all those 3 points, and you come up with Metatron's cube. You guys think that it's on my triple goddess. Hold on. I just messed up everything. Everything. Hold on a second. It's on my necklace. I'm gonna take my necklace off to show you the pentagram. One necklace that I'll sleep with it. Sometimes I shower with it. I'll go in the pool with it. It's not the most beautiful, but it's the most powerful to me, is this one. This is the most common one you'll never really see me take off. It's the symbol of the triple goddess. The maiden, the mother, the crown. Alright? Inside of there is the pentagram. But again, what did I tell you? I just showed you with that card. It's the triangles are the trinities. Do you see how all those triangles make it? And that's completed by the soul. Okay? That goes back to Metatron, sacred geometry, and the understanding of the movement of the planets and shapes. It's a language, bro. It's a language, just like the numbers. Depending on which way you're trying to talk it. If you're trying to learn angel numbers, that's different. If you're trying to learn numerology, that's different. Depends on how you look at numbers. You know what I mean? They're all different languages. There's a billion tarot readers, but none of them read tarot like I do. And I'm trying to teach you what I do so that you can use it the way that I do. How do I use it? Healing and growth and understanding. You don't need to know it for gossiping and digging in people's underwear. Who wants to know that shit? It's useless. Anyways, the priest of Babylon taught that 3 was a lucky number as well. In the writings of Pythagoras, we find that the philosopher called 3 a triple word, meaning that using the number of 3 in particular circumstances, such as repeating spells, rituals 3 times, or create whatever is held in the mind of the user. Later in history, the alchemist Paracelsus, I guess, associated with the number 3 with gold. To alchemists, gold was not so much physical metal as a symbol of spiritual enlightenment. The ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu, I don't know. I've seen that writing a million times. This is a famous name that I don't know how to pronounce. Said that 3 is the perfect number. For the engager, all things in the numerology, and the number 3 represents creativity, activity, and knowledge. Ancient mystery schools had always had 3 main steps or degrees through which a student must pass. Today we find the idea 3 degrees of knowledge used in designating a witch's progress in a coven. Yeah, and in alchemy they call it the first degree, the second degree. It's all of that shit. Degree, all of that shit. We can understand the Trinity better if we compare the 3 stages of the human life: youth and puberty, adulthood, and old age. Since the goddess's power is all-encompassing, she will present aspects that speak to all humans regardless of their age. And that's where it is. I can read and relate. I can change. I can shift into the right energy. I can be young with the young kids. I can get to them, you know what I mean? I have the same frequency. And that's what I mean, is it's inside of you to be able to shift from, you know what I mean, age and time. That's what my daughter, it's so funny. We went to the store the other day, and she was like literally getting stalked by this old woman. I don't know. I sent her to get a cart. We do that shit all the time, bro. We'll get handfuls of shit, and then finally somebody's got to go get a cart. I'm tired of carrying this shit. Tell her to go get a cart. I'm standing there waiting for her to come back. And she comes back, and she's like just all old. She's all pushing it like an old lady. Like, she is such an old spirit inside of her, I swear. She walks up. She's like, there was this old lady, and she was talking to me, and she's like, you look as lost as me. And we saw her like 5 times in the store, and I was like, she really made a connection with this old lady. And I was like, you know, old people love you. She's like, I know. I was like, dude, that's your dad, too. He used to, you know what I mean? Like, old people just come to you guys. And it's true. They fucking love her. She'll have conversations with old people. She can talk to little young kids. She's, you know what I mean? She can shift through the energy quite well. She can adapt. You know what I mean? She can, that's just it. And it's in us. When you're moving through, you know what I mean? You're feminine. You know how to fill it out. You know what's best. What part of you to let out and what part to let in. You know, to you know, what they, you're nurturing the situation. You're nurturing the room, so you know what the room needs. You know what I mean? You are the room. You know what I mean? If the room needs a mother right now, then they need a mother. If they need a friend, they need a friend. If they need a freaking, you know what I mean? They need a grandma. They need a, you know, they need Big Mama. That's kind of how it works. The last aspect, wait a minute, hold on. We jumped way too far. In humans, the physical desire, the mental will, no, we went past that even too far. That's the second goddess. The maiden, sometimes called the virgin or the huntress, and that's what we're about to go into. It's an actual season. It's about to happen. When? May 1st. Well, we started it. We started to go into it on the spring equinox. That's the princess of, I think, swords. Represents the spring of the year. Yeah, the dawn, fresh beginning of life. And that's the bridge, right? And then what happens with the bridge? Eventually it turns into the Kalik. And that's where, you know what I mean? That's what I was trying to explain. It's a whole story in Welsh belief. The repeating cycle of the birth and rebirth, the waxing moon and the crescent moon, enchantment and seduction. Her traditional color is white. She is the way shower, the guide through the inner labyrinth and the divine center where the greatest of spiritual mysteries lie. I pulled that card the other day. Damn, this is going to fuck up everything. It's not a big deal. We pulled the strength card. The maiden, sometimes called the virgin or the huntress, right? The waxing moon and the crescent moon, she goes through the stages. Traditionally, her color is white. She is the way shower, the guide through the inner labyrinth of the divine center at the greatest of spiritual mysteries lie. She's the young high priestess, bro. She's a little girl ready to take on the world again. After a long winter and we're all burnt out and stuff, we spring into life and we're ready to do it again. With all the wisdom. That's what those animals represent, you know what I mean, a certain part, her prowess, her, you know what I mean, all of that. But she's still young and dumb and wants to have fun, and let's do it again. One more time. That wasn't hard to find, actually. It was right under the chariot card. We're going to speak of that soon. It's going to be in the next teaching. All right, going back to it. The second goddess aspect is the mother. This is the matrix in motion. The archetype involved in active creation. In humans, the physical desire, the mental will, and the concentration, the spiritual balance and understanding are all necessary to produce a desired result. It is easy for humans to identify with the mother aspect, for they see the mother all around them in all humans and animal mothers. The mother aspect of the goddess represents summer, and that would be the Queen of Wands. Summer, blazing noon, reproduction and fertility, the ripeness of life and the full moon, the high point of all cycles. Her traditional color is red, the color of blood and itself. She is the great teacher of the mysteries. Okay? The last aspect, and this would be your Queen of Pentacles. The last aspect is the crone, also known as the Dark Mother, the Old Wise One. That would be Saradwin, that would be, there's one in Hecate, but that would be Saradwin, that would be Kalik, that's Baba Yaga, that's Kali. Well, I mean, depending. You know what I mean? The Wise One, or the Hag. Since this aspect symbolizes death and disillusion, it is frightening to many people. Everything in the universe has a cycle, and at the end of which the malfunction, decay, and transformation or transform into a different set of material. That means we have one more. If I'm telling you that Kalik's coming in one more time before we jump into our maiden, then you know what I mean? That's what it means. We still have one more big transformation to go through. Elements that are recycled and reformed into something new. This is all alchemy. When you come to the end and you look back at your life, you're at the end of your life. You're at the end of the road. Although we've come to the end of the road. Can I just read? Thank you. You're like, does something take over you? Kind of. I just go with it. Sorry. Like, is anybody watching this? No. That's why we sit on this side. Anyways, it's where you come to this real revelation. What's that going to happen? Tomorrow? Enough. That's those enough moments. It's an ego death. You come to the end of this lie, this bullshit, and you have to face it. And you look at the whole bigger picture, how it all played out this whole long time, and how you could have done something better, and then you realize, I still have life in me. I could do something about this. But I'm going to have to let this go if I want to live that life. And you let it go. And then you're like, Monday, you're a whole new person. You're all in your shit. No, really, you kind of still hurt on a Monday. Tuesday, you're ready to roll. Just keep up with us. In humans, the soul is recycled by the crone and her cauldron, and that's what I said, that's a Seridwin, into a new incarnation. The crone represents, who's that? That's, oh man. I teach you in all my cards. They want me to show you. They want me to show you. It's not in here. These are the major arcana. They're like, what are you talking about? I will give you pictures. Alright, Queen of Wands, represented with red. Right? Midsummer. That's the mother. The Queen of Wands. Could be a fire sign. Blazing in red. Alright? There she is. Princess of Swords. Symbolic. Spring. The maiden. She's coming back. Queen of Pentacles. The crone. The wise mother. Before she comes into this full stage, though, these are all stages. We become this. There she is. The Pentacles. When's that? Halloween? When's that? Christmas? See how it's a season, but it's inside of us. But it's outside of us, because when we go into that season, that's what that season calls for. Where are we right now? Where we're about to be. And that's why I use these cards to tell you where we are. And I'm teaching you. This bitch. It's supposed to be a great card, but the Herfet, dude, this is supposed to be the best card. But the way that they describe, if you're not in your upright divine feminine, you are so unfeeling. You're such an evil bitch. If you don't go with your feelings, you're an evil person. Anyways, go back. Where are we? I'll try to show you. I'll show you, fuckers, when I find it. Queen of Wands, or the Queen of Swords. That's me all the time. Hey, wasn't that cool? I spent all that time trying to describe myself in videos, and then they come out with this video and there's a word for me. There's always a word. I have to the words don't fit it, though. I had to fully describe it. You have to see it to believe it. What am I? A Sigma woman? I shared it in my page. And that's it, too. What happened last week? I realized that I was intellectually superior to you. This week, I learned I'm a Sigma woman. Every week, I'm learning more about my power and what it's called and what it calls for and why people repulse from it. I kept thinking there was something wrong with me. They're all great things that intimidate the entire world. I'm going to find out where we are. There it is. Beltane. That's where we're about to be. That's May 1st. Right there. Right there. Interesting, right? Did you see a man in there? Nope. We're all in our divine feminine. The men come in as to what we need to, when we need to take action. These are all action cards. These are all about new beginnings and harnessing your feelings. You're going to see this, the dominance within the cards. Now that I've taught you just a little, I'm really teaching you the cards one by one. But let me go back to what I originally went in here looking for, which was me, Seridwin. Do I have a cauldron? Yeah. Don't know. I just brew some bullshit. I'm more of a fire witch. I like to set shit on fire. I'm the Queen of Wands, bro. It's all about fire. Just say it again, now that you've seen it. Alright, we're wanting to say it again. I learned this a long time ago. I put this story together on my own. Way on my own. All by myself. Like I do every fucking thing. It shows the evolution. These are the stages of a woman. A real woman. Alright. There's too much woman on there. There's too much woman for them to handle. That's what I heard. Alright, let's start over. Let me start over. There's me. God's first version of a woman. I'm ready to fuck shit up. Fuck it up. Fuck it up. I was a maiden. I was a little girl. I'm God's first child. I'm ready to fuck it up. Okay. Hold on to that. Okay. Let's start there. The maiden. And that's where I'll be. This is where we are right now. This started in spring. Okay? Go back. You can watch my evolution. You can watch me go through these phases. But what I want to show you is how you go through these phases. That's when it gets good. Alright. The maiden. The matrix of creation will produce and create when the time is ripe. She is the matter and the energy held in suspension until the right time arrives. The maiden, sometimes called the virgin or huntress, represents spring of year, a dawn, a fresh beginning of all life, the repeating of cycles of birth and rebirth, the waxing moon and the crescent moon, right? She's known as those little guys. What's the difference? One is building, one is destroying, meaning she's the bright light of the moon or the last light of the moon. So pretty much we have a new moon on the 27th, so she'll be the moon of the 26th when it's a little crescent. That'll be her. And so when you see that moon, you know that that's that energy. That's learning. I shared that last night. I'm the moon goddess, the goddess of the moon. As we go through the energy of the moon, as you watch it wax and wane is what they call it, grow, or disintegrate. Because right now we're losing parts of ourselves, right? We go through the waxing, I think is what it's called. No, the waning. I call it the bitching and moaning, to be honest. The waning is when it's, you get a full moon and then it starts to go dark. And then once it goes dark, it starts to light up. So she has the day, so her days will be the 26th and then the 29th. As soon as the light, she's the last light and the first light. Interesting, right? So when you're in that, you're in new beginnings. All princesses mean new beginnings. Swords means you're in your mind. True story. Okay, I'm trying to help you understand this. How did I learn? All by myself. No, I knew God showed me. I didn't know what was going on. Alright. I was being born. It was a crazy awakening. I'm trying to walk you through it. That's what I'm here to do. Teach you what you don't know. Alright, her traditional color is white. She is the way shower, the guide through the inner labyrinth, and the divine center where the greatest of spiritual mysteries. It's kind of like the Fool. She's ready to take on life. She don't give a shit what's out there. She's got her her sword, and her lambs, Me and my dogs, we're out there. Let's do it. That's Pac and fucking Kobe. You ready to go back out in the world? Oh man, let's get it. The second goddess is the mother. But in between that, we have this stage. Before summer, we have this stage. But we're jumping into it. We have the mother. The matrix in motion, the archetype involved in active creation. It's all what she is. She uses her magic to get things done. She's the power of manifestation. Okay? In humans, the physical desire, the mental, right? The wands are about your will. The mental will and concentration, the spiritual balance and understanding are necessary to produce a desired result. It is easy for humans to identify with the mother because, again, I want to cuddle and snuggle. She is the goddess that represents summer, blazing at noon. Okay, it's blazing at here between 3 to 5. Fuck noon. I'll go hang out with you at noon. 3 to 5, I'm locked down. I'll wake up literally at 5 and come out. No, 3 to 5 it's deadly. You'll always where is she? I'm inside somewhere, bro. Truthfully, if I'm outside, I hate God. I don't want to be outside during those times anywhere on this in the U.S. I don't know how it feels at 3 to 5 somewhere else, but from 3 to 5 when the sun is at its highest, that motherfucker is over at the west side, bro. I'm deep in the dirt. I am like ostrich. Put me down, bro. I try to go down by 2 so it doesn't get to me. Seriously, yeah, I have a nap time. If we were going to have sex, I'd like to have it about 2 so I could take a good nap and just sleep it off. And then, we could start all over and enjoy the rest of the day when that motherfucker is not killing me. It's like I could die. You could die? Yeah, yesterday was pretty bad. The building got real hot. It was a hot day yesterday. So I'm very grateful for this cold weather. But otherwise, I need to make it up to fucking Washington or something. Alaska is calling me. Oh God, it's coming. Why don't you like the heat? It reminds me of hell. I mean, I can deal with the people of hell, but not the hell. I don't want to be on hell on earth like that, dude. Fuck, it's hot. I don't like to sweat, bro. I don't like to sweat under my boobs and my lip. I don't like, oh God, I'm wiping myself. Oh God. I don't like sweaty people. I don't like the fucking smell of sweat. I don't like the fucking, humidity. It's all coming. I had a really hot summer last year. It was a hot girl summer and I didn't get nothing good out of it but hot. We're talking hot. Oh, I can feel this card. It's breathing on me. Anyways, the ripeness of life. She's the full moon. You're in your Queen of Wands in the full moon. The highest point of all your cycles. Her traditional color is red of blood in itself. She's the great teacher. All right, and then here comes the crone. You notice how you go through your swords, right? Your mind, your will, and your reality. Yes? To what? To go to your high priestess, which would be your spirituality. To do what? To come back and be an empress and bring it all back to the people in that little pinnacle. You know what? I do all this for you. I do it for God. You don't mean that much to me. You mean that much to God. And I love him that much that I'll do anything for him. Including fuck with you. I don't fuck with you. He's like, go make a friend. I don't fuck with them. Fuck you, God. Fine. Whatever you say. I will do anything for you for God. I won't do it for you. I don't give a shit about you. I care about what God says. He loves you so much that when I look at you, I feel it. And I will bend over and roll over on my belly and do shit for you that I would never do for nobody. I feel it, bro. I feel God's love for you, and he sends me to go love on you. And I'll be like, don't make me do it, God. This is not gonna be God. They don't want it, God. I know, they've never had love. They're gonna love this. No, they don't. Fuck, fine. Go love a bunch of unloving people that reject love. This is gonna be good. Anyways. And what is it? A bunch of people like myself? Unloving people that reject love? That's not true. See what he really does? Anyways. The crone, also called as the Dark Mother, the Old Wise One, the Hag. Everything in the universe has its life cycles, and at the end, they malfunction, decay, and transform in a different set of materials, elements, and recycle. The crone represents winter, the night, the universal abyss where life rests before rebirth, the gateway of death and reincarnation, the waning moon and the new moon. That's the dark moon. That's when it's darkest. The waning is, yep, and the new moon. It's like right before the light and the dark. She's the light, but this is the light and the dark. That right where it happens. You don't understand that, dude. A new moon and a dark moon, whatever it is, it's a new moon. It's a dark moon before it's a new moon. That's what's so stupid. Because as soon as it's only dark, it's like New Year's. It's only a moment in time, and then it lights back up. The deepest of mysteries and prophecies. Her traditional color is black, and sometimes the deepest of purples or dark blue. She is the initiator into mysteries. Understanding the archetypes of the goddess can take a lifetime of contemplating and study. I know, because like this other bitch, she spent 20 years studying just the Morgan. And she still doesn't fully understand me at all. And there's people that have studied Isis and, you know what I mean, their whole life. They'll never understand me. Because they try to put it in a box. They're trying to limit it to what they know it is, instead of trying to discover what it could have been. You swear you know what this bone is, but what if it was a bone that you didn't know? Could you accept the fact that there is maybe a bone inside of that body that scientists never knew existed inside of that body? They can't. They're going off their studies, right? Meaning they've studied Isis. They learned about Isis. They learned about Hecate. They learned about, you know what I mean, Morgan. They learned about Medusa. They learned about all my great, Kanye. Where? In a book. So they go looking for confirmation of what they've learned outside of them. They're not accepting more information. They're looking for confirmation. In essence, you're looking to debunk it, actually. You're looking... How can I say that? Alright, so you listen to an artist on the song. You listen to an artist's song, right? And you like the song. You like the vibe. You like what they're saying. So then you go to look at the artist to see if you like the person. And you're like, and then you decide off of that, right? Okay, but if you like the person, you keep looking at the person for either more things you like or you're looking for things you don't like. Either you're looking for a reason to reject them or you're looking for a reason to accept them. But once you find a thing that your mind won't accept, then it turns into absolute reject. Your mind won't accept it. It's extreme. Okay? So you could spend your whole life trying to understand me, and that's why it is all of the goddesses, anyone that ever studied the goddess can now monitor and understand me now in the flesh. All those questions you ever wondered of why did she do this? Why was this part? Why was her acts in such way? Why was Kali built in such ways? Why did Lilith do such things? I answer all those questions here for you in the now. However, the fact I told you, how did Isis bring Osiris back to life? I tell you, the chakra system. We realigned the organs that were connected to the invisible chakra system that brought him back to life. He healed himself, the cells healed themselves from within when the energy of life was inside. The life-giving energy comes from outside of you. I also shared something last night about the video. They want to talk to you. Hey, you want to fuck me? That's what that video said. He wants to fuck you. I was like, really? I feel it. That's why I keep getting all hot. I thought it was hot outside. He's like, you might be feeling this. I feel it. I'm not seeing it, but I feel it. In the sense of he wants to fuck you. But he's got a family, and his spirit won't let him. Archangel Michael won't let him. He won't let him. And I tried to explain what that means. It means no matter how bad you want it, something inside of you is stopping you. You're being denied the life force. Now, what you don't understand is the reverse possibility of how this all works, and this is what's happening to you. No matter how bad you don't want this, that energy is flowing within you. Your heart is pumping. No matter how bad you want your mind to turn off what's going on in your heart, you can't. You're going to try everything to turn off your feelings. The only way you can't turn them off. You have to accept them and work through them. Now, going back to this guy, he wants to fuck me. I feel it. I bought lingerie. I'm ready. Maybe not the same old guy though. Because why? Because we talked about it. All you can give me is dick. And she even said it in the video. You're gonna have to go back home after you fuck me. That sucks. We're not doing this. Why? Archangel Michael said no. What did he take from you? The God-given strength to call me and do this again. And that's what it is. Somebody had to stand in between. What? The spirit. If it's not your spirit, it's the spirit inside of you telling you no. Not giving you the strength to make a mistake. You have to learn how to work with that spirit. When your spirit is telling you to go somewhere or not go somewhere, to talk to someone or not talk to someone. It doesn't matter how bad your mind is saying no. My mind's telling me no, but your fucking heart is going to make it a yes. That's where it goes down to. So going back to it, I tell you all the secrets. It's not a fucking secret. It was always there. You just didn't understand how to put it all together. And that's it. Your chakra system. So right now, they're not giving him the solar plexus. They're not giving him the heart to talk to me because his intentions are foul. And that's just going to be destructive for both of us. As much as we want to have fun, it's going to hurt both of us, and there's no more hurting each other. No more of that. So in the essence, what do? They deny you the ability to act in your desires. Your solar plexus is your God complex. It's where your confidence comes from. That's your confidence. He doesn't have it in him to call me. They're denying him the confidence. God is not giving him the strength. Your strength comes from your solar plexus. God who gives us strength. If he's not giving you the strength, then it's not meant for you to go that way. Now, when you're supposed to be brave, he's in there pumping at you, telling you to go, and your mind's telling you no. You have the strength within you. You know what you have to do. You just say you don't have the strength. You can't fight your mind. You're not fighting the mind. It's not fighting me. It's not fighting God. It's overcoming the mind that says you cannot do this. His mind's not telling him not to do it. His heart is telling him not to do it. And that's where something had to come in. And I would have loved to think that it was him making the right decisions. But apparently it's the spirit of Michael. And that's what Michael does. He protects us from our own fucking, you know what I mean? Temptations and desires. What's the spirit? What's the prayer? Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our trespasses as we forgive those that trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but protect us from evil. That's his job. Don't tempt her, bro. Don't tempt her. She's gonna fuck the shit out of you, and then she's gonna get her feelings hurt. Don't do this. Leave her alone. She wants love. That's what you said. Acting what you said. Then I'm over here talking all dirty and shit, and he's like, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of her. That's it. You can't just think, dude. What did I say yesterday? You're not fucking me. That's what it is. It's like, I get your feelings, bro, I know, but we can't, you know, you have to learn how to harness those motherfucking feelings. Marry me, you can fuck me all the time. No, you're never gonna fuck me. I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you, fuckhead. Stupid ass. And that goes back to that Sigma shit. And what got me locked out of heaven. Why? Because I wasn't gonna submit and let him fuck me. I am such a great show. We're never gonna get to God when we're digging in the goddesses bullshit. Anyways, she's a single archetype plus a trinity of aspects. Makes her very complex. That's what they said. We're going to have a very complex conversation about the Sigma. Anyways, it is impossible to reduce the goddess's spiritual form and meaning to words on paper. And that's it. They can't understand. They have to see it to believe it. She is the beginning, the end, and everything in between. The horn god has been recognized in worship as far back as the Stone Age. And that's where it goes back to my theme. I'm going to stop right there because I'm going to start talking about gods now. Oh, God. Oh, God. I want to talk about me. Let's talk about me, baby. Let's talk about sex and all that shit. I know, I'm such a crazy girl. Hold on, I got some cards to show you. I'm going to find them. Luckily, I have everything. I have the whole world at the tip of my fingers. Not really. It's all my teaching stuff for a moment. I'll teach you some more about me and magic and shit. Alright, let me put all these things away. I made a big fat mess. But I was able to, you know, and that's what this is. It's like the cards aren't for me, they're for you. You need visuals. You need to see what I see. You need to know what I know, and I need to find a way. He's like, fucking Bobby, fucking Bobby, fucking Bobby. He's like, if you could put down the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, we could have a real relationship, or we could be friends, or some stupid shit. They're not Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and you want me to be powerless so that I can sit around fucking you. I will fuck you with the gods watching you. They'll be over there. What made do you think they weren't there telling me to do it better? Nobody. Thanks, Nate Dogg. Does it better. You can't get in my... You can't... I try to harness this shit, but then it just comes out and I'm just me. I heard that little Wayne song, but I'm me. Okay, what are we talking about right now? A couple little things. All the layers of me. So, there's a book that I teach that's called Reclaiming Your Dark Goddess. It's my Bible, The Alchemy of Transformation. With that Bible, later came out some oracles made by Flavia Kate Peters. The archetypes of the goddesses that are in the book are in here, but far many more. So I teach you all my different layers. Alright, so, again, Baba Yaga, this would be what's about to hit us. Loss. Destruction. She's, you know, the Dark Witch, the Crown. That's another form of me. Alright, this would be our maiden, obviously, Inanna. Famanach, ooh, that's a herfest. That's all jealousy, dude. She's such a bad bitch. Bad bitch, bad bitch. Don't be that bitch. We've all been that bitch. Who is that bitch? That's Lilith. Later maid. I did it better. These are the bad aspects of yourself. Like, if you don't harness it, this is what it is. When you're like a fucking control freak, you're being a Tamat. You know what I mean? When you're being, you know, the goddess, full goddess of creation, you know what I mean? And you're mothering, that's Gaia. You know what I mean? Yuzumi, here it is. Get on my face, Kalik. I told you I felt her this morning. It was a crone. We're in a crone stage. I've got Sekhmet up here on the thing. Sekhmet is about empowerment. She's sitting at the altar. As they move through the altar, it's an energy that's sitting here. We did our 10-day forecast yesterday. Artemisia is the best one you'll have. There's something about this teaching. I can't wait to bring it back up. I'm reading the book. It was one of the most amazing psychic interactions I ever had. I'll never forget it. It was one of the most amazing, you know what I mean, real experiences into the astral world. I can't really, let me tell you what happened. We're at the end of the book, and I'm reading about it, and it says, I'm reading it to the people. I'm reading the words. I don't close my eyes. I see it, and I'm there. I'm reading this book, and it says, picture, you know, it says to visualize it, and I'm reading what it says to visualize, and as I'm reading it, I'm seeing it. And I said, it says, visualize inside of yourself. What do you see? And I'm like, I see like a well, you guys. I see it covered in green. It's like all mossy. And I proceed to read, and it tells the words. It describes it perfectly of what I just saw. It was one of the coolest things. What is it? The well inside of you. You go to look inside of it, and there's the light, and now you're out of it. It's a very intriguing thing that happens with art and media. I mean, it was one of the most amazing things in my journey. I'll never forget it. As I'm reading these stories, I see myself at this well. And I see her. And I have a lantern. And it's all, the lanterns. When you see a lantern, it's a bright light. It's a sense of hope that you're almost out. And that's what the Seer means too, the cauldron. Kalik is all about that. Aradia, this would be you and your maiden, mother, maiden. You know what I mean? Mother, Pytha, Kali. There we go. I'm trying to show you all of these. Hold on. What am I looking for? Seerdwin and Kalik. We're going through stages. These are all the stages, right? You know what I mean? The maiden, the mother, and the crone, which would have been the bridge. Bring back bridge. Where's bridge? And that's where I said I'm in my bridge. That's spring. Maybe I'll put it right here. Pytha. There we go. I can give you lots of names to it of where I am. I can't keep up with it. I can tell you how I'm shifting through my energy. My goddess energy, my feminine energy. This is who I am right now. This is who I am right now. This is who I am right now. But it just flows. It's just an energy. I'm going to teach you how all of your feminine energies have names and they flow. But this is what we've got to keep our eyes on right now. This is what's coming to get us tomorrow. This is the warning. Whenever I see Kalik, it's real. It's Kobe in the female form. And actually, I was talking about Kobe a lot in the last couple days. How come you don't see him like you do? Because I'm in the light, and he's in the spirit realm. You can always speak. Page 22. Born to survive, fight for life. Sufferance of tears and strife. Endurance strong, fuels and drives. 'Tis all that's needed to survive. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection in place. Blessed be. You certainly are a survivor. You've been knocked down, but you've gotten back up so many times you've lost count. The proverbial school of hard knocks awards you a gold star for your absolute tolerance and tenacity. Fighting to keep your head above the water for so long has been a hard battle, but you have worn down, you are worn down by the struggle. The fearsome Kalik has stormed into your life to bring about a transitional relief. The divine hag demands respect and advises a little caution on your part. But in return, she will advise you how to navigate troubled times and difficult situations. Life has given you more than your fair share of tough experiences, so now is the time to take your survival skills to the next level and share all that you've come to learn with others who will be inspired by your continued endurance and fortitude. And that's where I am. I'm in my Kalik. I'm in my crone. I'm here to teach you what I've learned, but we're about to learn a whole another year's worth of teachings. Why haven't we took off yet? Because it's not the takeoff. People think that the brand new year was in January. They think it was the lunar calendar. I've been showing you we have not been moving. We haven't took off. We've been building up for a takeoff. Once that sun hits, we move with the sun. We're in our sun. What is sun? Action. But as it's, you hold on to this introspection in these quiet days. When you get a cold day, that's the time to sit back. When the sun's beating on you, when, beating on your back, you have to wipe your brow. It's kind of a saying. Dark Goddess Foresight. You will work hard and inspire many. The worst is behind you. Experience makes you stronger. Take stock and seek the lessons within. Weight training will build your strength, both physically and mentally. All is well. Told you that's all fucking Kobe right there. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. I will. Hard work. You will work hard and inspire many. If he was sitting here, this is what he would tell you. The worst is behind you. Experience is going to make you stronger. Take stock and seek the lessons within. Weight training will build your strength, both physically and mentally. All is well. And that's it. What's he saying? The job's not done. Get ready. We're training. It's training. Kalik. The survivor of Galaic origin, Kalik is one of the first reverend goddesses as the Veiled One. Resides high on the cliff tops and associated with wet and windy weather. I told you, I felt it coming, and it's here. There's some coldness. She endured all things, outliving those around her. And that means that even though it barely hit us, that's because it's me. It's not going to hit me. It's going to hit you. I'm warning you. You've got cold, wet and windy weather is coming at you. She epitomized the circle of life through the seasons, for without her force of dormancy, there could not have been energy left for spring and summer to follow. And that's it. She's our last rest. And again, the moon is getting dark. I hear the Black Widow. What did she say to Hulk to get him to calm down? The sun is getting low. The sun is getting low. They try to use so much references for me to get a story across to you. It's so funny to me. In the essence, that's what's happening. The moon is getting dark. It's our last rest, and then we're going to burst into it with this new moon. And it said it in my forecast and all of this stuff. Taurus season means we're going to be on our feet, on the ground, moving. It's all about stability and practicality and building new foundations and, you know what I mean, a new life. It's all about new. Go back to it. We're jumping into it. When? May 1st. The resurrection. It's 10 days later, isn't it? 30 days past September, April, June, and November. Okay, so a couple more days. Something like that. Happy birthday to, everybody. And that's it. It's like, what are you telling me? Everything? All at once? How much can you take in? I know. God just wants me to keep giving it to you. I was supposed to give you the gods too, but I gave you so much goddess that I gave you so much of me that I'm done. Are you? Yeah, I gave you an hour of myself. Telling you to describe myself and all my layers of myself that lie within you. And how that works with the seasons. Listen to me. Mother Earth. You're always going to be in the mother's aspects, right? You're going to be in the feminine aspects of when on Earth. What are the feminine aspects? The 4 seasons, the 12 signs, you know what I mean, the 12 houses. As the planets move and the moon shifts, we shift with all of this. All of that, well, that's on the surface. That's just the surface. That's just the 3D things that are pushing us. If you listened to my card reading yesterday, I tried to show you the energy of the 9 realms. Where are we in the 9 realms? And we're in between. We're in the fog, which is exactly what Kalik is, at the top of the fucking mountain, which is the swords. You're in the fog of your mind, the new beginnings of your mind. Do you see how it all is a story? I could focus on one and teach you only one, but then you'd only know one way to God. You'd only know one part of God. I can teach you in the Bible, in the Quran, in the Wicca book. I can teach you in the moon. I can teach you in the animals. I can teach you. But can you learn? Can you take these teachings and understand them and incorporate them into your life? I have to teach, but sometimes I feel like nobody's listening and they don't understand me, and it makes me feel very isolated and alone and hopeless in my works. I must do this for the next 55 and a half years. I'm always looking for some sign of hope that people are catching, they're catching what I'm putting out there. It doesn't matter if you don't, but when you don't, I feel sad and hopeless that I'm all alone. That I'm in a jail cell teaching the rats on the ground all the wonders of life, and I don't know if they're going to use this information to break out the door and get us all out of here and save other rats. I refer to you as monkeys, rats, parasites, all kinds of insignificant life forms, because I don't understand. I get really upset that you can't understand it, that your brain capacity won't allow this information in. So I use references of small evolutions of creatures that couldn't do such things. But even the rat found its way out of the fucking, you know what I mean, out of the cage. So I keep teaching in the hopes that you're going to keep learning. I know all this. I have an inner knowing that guides me. I'm trying to give you the inner knowing to guide you, and to teach you how to, your families and your friends and others, how to be guided by what is guiding me, which is the Holy Spirit. That was going to be the next chapter I was going to read to you, was about, put it down right here, let me show you. Where can you get this book? I don't know, I found it in a fucking thrift store, bro. It's old. It's like a fucking encyclopedia, to be honest. I have all these other books. I share everything I have, but I can't tell you where I got. I mean, it's not really helpful unless you find it online or something. It's old teachings, most of them. Just all Aleister Crowley, that motherfucker. I wondered if the teachings of Aleister Crowley live within Wolfman. I wonder. There's a page here I'm trying to get to. Nature, spirits, and other invisible helpers is what I was going to teach. I was going to teach 3 chapters, but I only got through part of 1. I didn't even finish the rest of the gods. It was supposed to be triple goddess and the god. Then I was going to teach you the gods, goddesses, and pantheons. And then I was going to teach you the nature, spirits, and other invisible helpers. You know what I mean? Anything from gnomes to confirmation, bogies to brownies to fairies to elves to, you know what I mean, your archangels. I teach you the spirit animals. I teach you the herbs to work with. I teach you the crystals. Archangel Michael. I teach you all of it. I'm your teacher. I'm the Hierophant. I'm a student in the sense of I'm mastering what I've already learned by doing it for the first time in this life. So it feels as though I'm just like you, a student to it. What guides me? My higher self's knowing this isn't, you know what I mean? I know what to do. And that's where your mind's telling you no, but your heart's telling you yes. You have to follow your heart and trust your heart. Your heart's knowing because it knows all things. Your brain is limited by fears and, you know what I mean, insecurities of failure and persecution and shit. So, hey, that's what I got for you. As you can tell, I'm tired. God's been using my voice, I'm like a phone that's just connected to the charger. Like, he won't let me charge and just sit down and be, you know what I mean, on the off screen. As soon as he charges me up, you know what I mean? He's got to blow it out. And he just keeps recharging me. And I'm like gonna blow a fuse. I'm tired. I feel like I want to cry. Why? Because there's so much going through me. He's using me a lot right now. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I feel a little cold. And that's what it is like, everybody wants to say love and light. Dude, that light is heavy. And it pushes you into a dark place if you try to stay in the light too long. I just want to, you know what I mean, curl up in the dark and be left alone. Are you done with me now, God? Can I go back to my, you know what I mean? Can I go back to my coffin? 55 and a half years. I'm tired. He used a lot of me in the last 2 days for you. Why would he use me so much? Because he's preparing you for whatever's coming. I'm prepared. I listen to my videos too. When I'm laying there, I don't listen to you. I listen to myself. You know what I mean? I go back and re-listen to all of this too. And he's preparing us through me. He better give me the strength too. It's like, fuck, I'm tired. I'm tired, boss. Is somebody else going to clock in? And that's where it is. It's like, oh no. That's that endurance. It's like the worst is behind you, but you got to hold on. We're not done yet. And I should be feeling wore out, you know what I mean? As the moon is, you know, you're falling apart with the moon. Pieces of you are falling off. You're literally chiseling it off. Is how we work through it, emotionally and mentally. We follow the moon. I'll be really empty and, you know what I mean? Really empty by the 27th. And then I'll build myself back up and be full of myself again by the next moon. And then we'll know what that moon's going to bring. We follow the energy, and that's what I teach you. I teach you so you can learn and, teach others. But until then, I'll guide you. For right now, I'm guiding myself towards a meal and a nap. It takes so much. I'm tired. I'm in my crone. I'm really there. I'm like, I am so tired. I am such an old lady right now. What'd you do today? I took a shower and did my hair and got pretty and worked for God, and now I'm tired. I just want to peel my clothes off and go back to bed. I'm so tired. My stomach's burning. I don't even want a cigarette. I'm that tired. I'm so tired. What is it? It's a force, guys. An Olympian has to pull this force from inside of them and apply this force until the last breath. And when they're done, they can breathe, they can rest. It's like, you take your dog for a walk. The damn dog can't stop walking until you stop it. And that's what God says. I got some work for you. Come on, grab my hand. I can't keep going, God. I'm tired. Come on, we can't stop now. Come on, Kobe, I'm tired. No, get up. You'll be okay. Brush yourself off. You'll be okay. Keep going. I'm tired, Kobe. You'll be alright. Pull it out. Dig deep, bitch. Dig deep. Then it comes Puck. Don't be a bitch. Get up. You can do it. Whatever you do in life, you need that force. You have to dig deep and you pull that force. And right now, I gave a lot. I dig deep into the subconscious and into the other realms. I'm traveling through time and space, and I'm hungry, and I just, I want to sit down where I am. I don't want to travel anymore. I don't want to see anything. I don't want to try to put things into words and run and try to grab, pictures and try to make them understand things that I'm seeing and, go on, it's like, I'm tired. Can I just lay down now? Can I die now? Can I rest? Not yet. But that's where it is. It's like, that's that endurance. You can make it. And then you only get a little rest, and it's like, there he is, in their face, 4 o'clock in the morning. Bro, I just went to sleep. Get up! Drill call! Endurance! We gotta practice! You don't get like this without Kobe in your face at 4 o'clock in the motherfucking morning. When did you get me to this morning? It was like 2:40, bro. What'd I do? I don't know. Just lay there awake while they give me information and talk about shit. It's like, right now? We gotta talk about this right now, bro? I gotta be alert right now. The body has not had enough rest. In the essence, it's like, when God calls, it's like, I'm not ready. You gotta be ready. And that's where I'm crying right now. I'm like, you did too much to me. I'm just trying to be like, no, there's more to come. I'm gonna get a happy meal. Fuck y'all. I am God's servant. I'm His messenger. His messages are very important. And, I love God, and I don't have a choice. And, I feel His love for you. It's not about me. I know what He wants me to know. I do what He wants me to do, and if I don't, I come and find answers, for me and you. But it's more for you. I'm taken care of. What about you? How are you going to know God's voice? How are you going to know all this? I need to teach you, because you do need to know. You need to know what's going on in the spirit, because the things of this world are failing us. They're falling apart. The Spirit's going to guide us to the promised land, how we can make this new world. We are the creators, the inventors, the inspirers, you know what I mean? We're going to be the new people that, hands-on, that create this new world. As our old world is falling apart. That's that wise woman, as I tell you, this is the end. We're preparing for the beginning. Jesus knew He had to die to fulfill the prophecy. This has to end. It will end. My suffering will end. Who does it end with? You. You. You have the keys to walk yourself out of your own self-made hells. You're suffering because of your job, your financial responsibilities, the relationships you're in, your political standing. You're suffering because of the matrix that you've created, this cage around yourself of your belief systems and the people that you've put in the power and authority around you, and you can't breathe. You're going to have to break the rules and break out. You're waiting for someone to open the door, but you have the keys. You're just afraid they're going to hear and see you if you know what is going to happen when they find out you're not there no more. That they don't have their prisoner anymore. You're so worried about them finding out they don't have their prisoner that you haven't considered what would happen if you were on the other side of the door. Once you get on the other side of the door, you don't worry about them not having their prisoner. You run and you never look back. And you keep running because you know if you go back, they're going to put you right back in prison. What is that? Your relationship, your family, your fucking friends, your fucking job, standing up to everybody's expectations. Everybody wants so much of you. They expect you to be this person. You've got to live up to everybody else, and it's killing you. And you want to run away, and you just pray that God will just take you away. But you won't just go. Just run. What would people say? They'll learn how to live without you. Yeah, they'll worry for a while, but they'll learn how to live without you. It's not the end of their lives. What if they don't have you to feed off of? They'll feed off someone else. What if you're not being fed off of? What happens if you get on the other side of that door? The other side of that job, the other side of that relationship, the other side of this religion, the other side of town. Is there something on the other side trying to get you, or the only thing trying to get you is where you are? Everything on the outside is trying to get you out. Everything on the inside, which is trying to keep you in. What's that? They call it karma. They call it your karmics. People that are holding you into your own hells. You were going to learn this fucked up lesson. You were going to endure this suffering for what you did in this life or another. But when you've learned, you can get out of it yourself. You don't have to stay in suffering. What does that mean? You have to detach. You have to give up things that make you suffer. It takes self-control, self-discipline, self-love. You love this person, so you say. But you know this person is no good for you, and you can't do anything good with this person, but you won't give him up. That's a you problem. You don't have the self-discipline, the self-love, and the self-sacrifice to give this person up, knowing that you need better. You keep yourself in this hell. It's a fight between you and yourself. And I'm sure if you asked your friends, they'd tell you to dump her too. It's all in you. I could never leave this job. You're making yourself by your own belief that you couldn't do this. My mind's telling me no, but my heart says I hate this job and I can do better. That's Kobe. You could be better. You could do better. Get up. Don't be a bitch. You got it in you. When's that come? Tomorrow. It might start coming today. I feel him on us today. Let me take a nap and we'll see what happens. Start the energy in some new shit. I love yous. I'm going to eat and rest and recharge for the next battle. Battle Royale. You ready? I'm ready. Laters, haters. Oh, maybe not. Don't let me go.